Hey everybody, it's Chad. How many times have you heard someone come up to you or just in the background say something like this? All gays are pedophiles. All guys in war are pedophiles. It's like, how many times have you heard that? It's like, I've heard that quite a bit. And, it's seen in a lot of movies, or if you've seen or read The Kite Runner, it's in there. It's in also a lot of wartime movies, men with little boys. Or in Greece and places like that. It's crazy. It's always between men and little boys. That's what everybody thinks. When that's not just the truth. That's not the truth, actually. I think the three most ununderstood, if that's the word, not understood, I guess, groups in the world, I personally think, are third place, probably radical Muslims, second place, transgenders, and first place is pedophiles. Those are the three I think most not understood groups in the world. And as such, there's a person on YouTube who goes by the name of Bullybuster3. Well, and he also has 2 and 1, but 3 is the main one he uses now. And Bullybuster3 tries to find all the pedophiles on YouTube and people that are at risk for being, affected by pedophiles, and tries to help them. And as such, he's affected 2 of my friends on YouTube and got them to ban their accounts. One of their names was Recordor215. He was on YouTube, but he got beaten up by this Bullybuster3, which is kind of ironic. Actually, it's really ironic after you hear all the other stuff he's done. And for Chris77 Kim8. The thing is, also, now the newest one is the Cowboy Monk. He hasn't gotten rid of his account, and I hope he doesn't. And I hope it doesn't get taken away from him. But who knows what happens. Because this guy keeps on telling these people who he thinks are somehow pedophiles. They are, and they're really not. Or they're probably not. But it doesn't matter, which is what I want to talk about. One thing this guy has to get into his head is pedophilia is... let's see if I can find this. Hold on a second. According to the Webster Dictionary, this is probably what his definition is, and I found this to be the most absurd definition ever. Because it's so wrong, and yet so many people agree with it, because they don't understand it. That's why I think it's the number one most understood. Ununderstood. Not understood, whatever. Here it is. Pedophilia. An abnormal condition in which an adult has a sexual desire for a child. Okay. You made a huge mistake, Mr. Bullybuster3. You went along with that definition, and then took it to the next level. Okay, Recordor215 and 4Chris77 Kim8 are both kids, first of all, so they don't even fit in the definition of a pedophilia. 4Chris77 Kim8, you probably thought that, because he had so many, kid videos on there that he said he was, attracted to and stuff like that. But he was their age. He is their age. And so how can you go along with that and say that's pedophilia if you're attracted to someone your age? Same with Recordor215. He's my age, and you thought he was a pedophile because he didn't have any videos of himself. But the picture was him. I know it was him because I know him outside of YouTube. So that's wrong too. Okay, and then now you think the Cowboy Monk is. Okay, well, that's... Okay, I can sort of see how you saw that because of some of his friends he has on YouTube, which I'm still a little iffy about too. Because I don't know how he could be friends with some of the Australian ones. But it doesn't matter. It really honestly doesn't matter. Here's what matters. First of all, pedophilia is like any other thing. It's like being gay, it's like being straight, it's like being anything. You have an attraction for something, you know? Like, I have an attraction, let's see. I can just... who does everybody know? Okay, Justin Bieber. You know, that's one attraction, you know? It's somebody you're attracted to, you know? You can't change that. If you're attracted to little kids and you're an adult, you can't change what you're attracted to. I'm attracted to the youngest person I probably like is 13, and the oldest, how old is he? 28? I think he's 28 now. So that's my range. People's ranges are different, you know? And it's not abnormal, I don't think. I just think it's who you are. And what has to be understood, though, is if you're a pedophile, as long as you're not pursuing the relationships on YouTube, it doesn't matter. If I had all, like, pedophile friends on YouTube, I wouldn't care. As long as they weren't pursuing me, you know? As long as they're, like, I don't care if they're open about it. As long as they're not, like, where do you live? What's your address? You know? Send me a picture of you naked, you know? As long as they're not like that, I'm completely fine with it. And they're one of the most not understood because it's just, like, they're seen as like, being, as that definition says, abnormal. And they can't be seen as that. They need to be seen as having an attraction for someone. You know, that's just their attraction. It's nothing they can change. In times of war, things don't change just because, you know, it's war. Or, you know, it happened in so many countries in Africa, you know? And they were blaming it on all the older men with little kids. And it's just like, it's not stuck with war. War is what brings it out because you can do whatever you want. So many people are, they just don't pursue it, which is a good thing. But if you are, it doesn't matter, you know? As long as you're not pursuing it. And you have to understand that you can't live with that person, the little kids, because it doesn't work out. Okay. So that's about it. And I just wanted to say, Bully Buster 3, you need to understand that being a pedophile is an attraction. You're not... You can have it's completely fine to be a pedophile, as long as you're not pursuing a relationship with a little kid. Because it'll always end bad, you know? You have to pursue it with someone your age or around your age, you know, for it to work out. There's no other options. That's the truth. And you've made the big mistake of thinking these 3 people were pedophiles or were at risk, and then when he came back in December, you thought he was at risk for being abused by them, so he automatically left. So, of course, YouTube and all these other online places are a dangerous place, you know, when you give out information, things like that. Like everybody says, only give out what you're willing to plaster on the front page of the New York Times. If you're not willing to put it on there, then don't put it on YouTube or put it on the internet or anything. That's life. And some people are more open about things than others. Like, I'm a little more open about stuff on YouTube because I want to help people. I don't want people to feel in the dark, you know? So, what everybody, like, for being the most ununderstood, you need to understand, everybody needs to understand that, like, being a pedophile is an attraction, and there's nothing that can change, you know? It's a physical attraction. And although it shouldn't be pursued, and you need to stay with your age range, it doesn't change that you have an attraction. You can have an attraction and have all those videos on YouTube. As long as you're not pursuing it and trying to force little kids, it's completely fine. Okay, so that's about it. And just shout out to the Cowboy Monk, and hope nobody else is affected by this Bully Buster 3. And that's about it for now. Bye.